Thank you so much for staying with us. It is still iBrand Daybreak, another very interesting conversation that I personally am very interested in. Personal transformation, foundation for national transformation. So this is like sharing the responsibility across board. And of course, we're going to be having Sumi Wonder break it all down for us. She is a transformational coach, a certified speaker, corporate trainer, and a pharmacist. As men of honor,
we join hands.
Thank you. You're very welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let's start this way. Personal transformation, foundation for national transformation. Okay, so it's kind of in my head, yeah, is sharing the responsibility of building the nation to the individual level. Schools of thoughts, I'm going to remain neutral, by the way, but schools of thoughts kind of feel like, you know, it's easy to sit back and point fingers at people in authority, the government. They'll say the president is not working, or he's doing this one too much and leaving others behind. All that conversation. So you believe that the individual has a role to play?
Definitely.
Can you please break that down?
All right. So if we're going to build our nation, if a nation is going to be built, it's up to the people of that nation. So just like you already mentioned, a lot of people just sit back and they are pointing you're not doing this. The question is, what are you doing to contribute to the change that you want to see? Do you understand this now? So that is why I believe until all of us as a people with one mind, with one vision, with the same core values, right, we can now sit back to now do our own parts in our own space, right, to contribute to the change that we want to see collectively.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is this you kind of letting the government lose a bit, you know, allowing them to breathe, according to somebody? I said, let some people breathe, don't suffocate them. While I must say that we've not really had the kind of government we would want to in a very long time, by the way. Nigerians have totally lost trust and belief and whatever is required in the government. They have also done some good stuff. However, the bulk of the responsibility, I must say, is on them, because we elected them into office for a reason. And where I'm going to with this talk is, if the people in authority did not make the environment, you know, friendly for individuals to thrive, to be good humans like you would expect, do you still you know, apportion the blame to them? How am I supposed to thrive as a business person if the business environment in my country is not encouraging? How am I supposed to thrive as a student if the school environment is not encouraging? How am I supposed to thrive as a worker if I have to pay almost a huge chunk of my salary on transportation? How am I supposed to survive? That means if I get to the office, I'll have to find alternative means of making ends meet. Is it still part of my responsibility to do that?
Okay, so this is not about excusing the government. I want to establish that. Okay, so what I'm just going with this personal transformation as the foundation is that even in the presence of good government, right, if I as a person don't see ourselves as part of the equation for creating that enabling environment, things are still going to be the way that they are. Okay, like you rightly said, the government has a huge role to play. But what I'm saying is, why keep on blaming and blaming and blaming? I'm not saying that you should not point out what is wrong. That's not where I'm going, right? But I'm saying, how about what you can do to make things better while praying for the government to get better? Do you understand? So it doesn't do us any good to just only blame the government and we are at the same time relaxed. So I'm saying there is a side that you can control, while there is also a side that you can't control. So what are you doing about the side that you can control, which is your own responsibility, right, to the collective future that you want to see for our nation.
All right, so let's let you do the whole talk about personal transformation, because I believe that is the basis for this conversation.
Yeah.
So let us hear about personal transformation.
Okay, so personal transformation is simply that whole process of going from basic to being that person who can contribute to the change that you want to see. It's simply about evolving into a better version of yourself. So people say, oh, we want to see change, we want to see change, but it's people that are going to create that change. And the truth is that the change you want to see is not going to only come from the government. The people, we the people, also have a responsibility. So how are you going to contribute to change when you are not evolving into a better version of yourself, right? Because it takes someone who has developed him or herself, who is evolving into a better version of him or herself, to be able to deploy, to create change in our nation. Do you understand? So personal transformation is that whole process of becoming a better person. What can I do better to contribute to the change that I want to see? Starting from my core values. What are my core values? What kind of value do I need to have, do I need to embody to be able to contribute to the kind of nation that I want to see?
All right.
Do you see this now?
So much said, and I appreciated your submission on that matter. Now let's go deeper. Let's go deeper into individualism.
Okay.
As an individual, you are a personal, you are a certified speaker,
Yeah.
and of course
a
a professional
coach.
Yeah. So you're meeting me for the first time.
Yes.
How do you help me to be able to build more capacity? How do you help me to be able to get a 360 transformation? So much so that I know where I was yesterday, I know where I am now, and I can visualize my future. I can see, I can picture myself where I'm going to be in the next 5 years.
Okay, so what I say to people is that personal transformation starts from, like you already mentioned, having a vision. Okay, so when I meet someone, one of the first things I look out for is, does this person have a bigger picture that is driving them, that is inspiring to them, that is motivating them? Because when you don't have a vision, when you don't have somewhere you are looking forward to, it's easy for you to live anyhow. It's easy for you to just have any kind of value. It's easy for you to just do it however to just get ahead. Do you understand? So as a transformational coach, when I come across people, I'm looking out for, where do you see yourself? Do you have a vision? And sometimes I find that most people are just here to sleep, wake up, eat, get married, give birth to children, just survive, and then their chapter just closes. So if we are actually going to build our nation, that means on an individual basis, we've got to have a vision for the kind of nation we want to live in. So when there is that vision, that is what now activates you to start to ask the question, what can I do? What can I do differently in my office? What can I do differently in my relationship with people? What can I do differently in the way I run my business, right? So people that are complaining that, oh, the government is not doing it and not doing that, these same people are also, involved in fraudulent practices in their own businesses. So how are you now accusing the government when you are not even doing any better?
All right, now I'm trying to narrow it down again, because you seem to be getting what I'm saying. You meet somebody who runs a small business.
Yeah.
All the person thinks about is buy, sell, buy, sell. No idea about expanding their capacity. No idea about being an employer of labor. No idea about helping the society to be able to get a meaningful employment from the space you operate. So how can you help this person to think out of the box on how to grow the business beyond mere buying and selling?
The first key like I earlier said, is inspiring them to have a bigger picture.
What if the person is scared? Oh, I might not be able to control it.
Okay, then we'll go down to dealing with fear.
Okay.
Right. So there are people that I come across and yeah, they talk to me about their fears. Oh, will I actually be able to do this? You know, maybe my father failed in so area, my mother failed in so area. I go down to pointing them to people who have done it.
Okay.
Because when someone has a person, a role model that inspires them, it becomes easier.
All right.
Because instead of now focusing on your fear, you can now draw inspiration from someone who have done it before. Do you understand? So when that is the case, if the person is scared, I help the person to move out from that pit of fear. After all, fear is only in your mind, right? You can never know how far you can go except you step out of that fear and do the work.
All right. So when the person has been able to draw inspiration from this person, then the person begins to see areas where improvement can be done. So how do you build on that going forward?
Okay, so remember, like I said, to contribute to change, right, to create change, you need to also evolve into a better version of yourself. Okay, now, you have stepped outside the fear, you've stepped outside the box, you're now seeing the big picture. You now have to start to build capacity. And I like to start from having the right mindset. Because whether we like it or not, our mindset automates our results.
Sure.
Okay, so I now go further to help them build the right mindset. So it could be, so somebody may actually want to be successful, but there is just that thing in their mind that keeps on making them to remain small. So we've got to kick that out, right? Maybe they've seen a close person fail before, so they are afraid that, oh, this is just a pattern that I certainly cannot escape from. So the first thing is to help the person to build the right mindset, help them to acquire an identity of themselves that is compelling, that inspires them and can actually help them to break barriers.
Okay. So you want to say something?
Yeah, go on.
All right. So you're addressing the point now, and I want to flip the coin over. Now, we've talked about business. Like you talked about the mindset, which also you can borrow, you can also connect with belief system. A has failed in marriage. I'm, going into marriage right now. A has failed into marriage, so I'm contemplating settling down. What is this fear about A that has failed that might likely happen to me? So now you are helping the person now to be able to understand the fact that it is your mindset. Can you just shift your mindset? Can there be a shift in your mindset about the fact that if A fails doesn't mean you would fail? Now, if the person can accept that, how do you build on that, especially in the area of marriage?
Okay, so I'll start with saying that I'm not married. Okay, so I don't have a lot of expertise on the idea, on the institution of marriage. But what I have to say is that you've now acquired the right mindset. It's also important that you now surround yourself with people that their marriages are thriving.
Good.
Do you understand? Because there's no way you want to go down to point A and then everybody around you is heading to point B, or they don't even want to move at all. So even though you have the right mindset, these people, because remember, you are just one person, they are about 5, they are about 10. So collectively, their energy is going to keep on
impacting.
Yeah, impacting on you.
That's
Do you
true.
see this? So that's another step beyond mindset.
All right, let us bring it home because we're close to ending this. Let's bring it to where we started from in the first place, which is, of course, personal transformation as basis for national transformation. Now, we live in a very weird country. Someone said Nigeria should be on Netflix, comedy series. While that was on a lighter note, you have seen the reality of things here. Everybody is clamoring national unity, national growth, national this, national that, and it looks like a mirage we're not seeing it. Please, with everything that you've explained, I want to believe that whatever you said encompasses every area of life if you're able to adopt it and, you know how to streamline it into whatever situation you find yourself in your personal life at a time. Now, let us bring it side by side with national transformation. How does personal transformation translate into national growth, national positivity, national transformation?
Okay, so I'm becoming a better version of myself. I'm having the right values. I'm doing the right things in my own space, okay? And when I meet you, I handle you the right way. I tell you I'm going to do A, I go ahead to do A. I'm not interested in cheating you and all of that. And you as a person, you are also doing the same in your own space, having the right values, doing the right things, and you are also doing the same, right? Imagine if a majority of us are this way. Collectively, you wouldn't even need a prophet to tell you that something has changed. Okay, so like I said, if a nation is going to be built, it's up to the people. And remember, when we talk about the nation, it's the people that we are talking about. So you meet, let's say, a Nigerian, the person just cheats you and all of that. The person is going to say, oh, Nigerians are cheaters, or, you know, stuff like that, right? But imagine a situation where all of us, we are paying attention to how we live our lives. We are paying attention to the kind of person that we are becoming. We are paying attention to, you know, basically the lifestyle that we are living day by day. Imagine majority of Nigerians have this kind of mindset. What do you think will happen? You meet people and you do your business, you whatever it is, and then you are happy, everybody is happy. Okay, so that's basically it. I believe that when we as individuals, we get better, right, the country is going to be better because it's the people that make up the country.
All right, so Somiwanda is an individual and you have this gospel that you're spreading across the nation. Are you doing this alone? Do you have an organization that you're working with? And what are you doing to make sure that this message gets to the people who need it? Okay, so I have a consulting firm, POC Limited, and under it houses my coaching community, Change Creators Corner. So it's a community where I coach young people, help them to unlock their personal transformation as well as their leadership potential to be able to create change. So in that coaching community, Change Creators Corner, young people come together. I have a curriculum where I take them from, you know, understanding their identity, because if you're going to lead change in this world, you've got to have a strong, solid sense of self. Do you understand? So take them from that all the way to mindset re-engineering, all the way to building the right kind of value system, all the way to even how to now start creating change right from where you are. It could be from your family, from your school, you understand, down to, you know, how to now bring it out on scale up that impact and how to even inspire people, how to lead change, no matter how small, no matter the level it's on. And that's it. So I have a community. Thank you so much, Somiwanda. But before I let you go, if I wanted to get a hold of your change community, maybe get into the academic sessions and all that, how do I reach out and how do I get access?
Okay, so I am on social media at Somiwanda on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. So if you just send me a message, definitely through you would get in.
All right.
You know, reach out to me.
Thank you so much, Somiwanda, for coming on the show this morning. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. You heard the lady. Go ahead, follow her on all her social media platforms at Somiwanda Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, very much important. Go ahead, follow her, send her a DM, and you might just be on your way to personal transformation, unlocking the major areas of yourself that would help you grow personally. iBrand Daybreak, we're not done yet. Fighter Bites will be coming next. If you are on the journey of becoming a better individual, you need to stay healthy. First of all, your health needs to be on point, and that's what Vital Bites is about. When we return, we'll have a talk on that. Stay with us.